This is an example of make sure your yard is clean before you criticize someone else's. Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms, your NRA certification and multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. And if you like my content and you like my channel, you can support me through the links below. I'm starting to get... I thank every single one of you. I'm surprised every day when I go in my email and then there's a new person. I thank you. I appreciate you all. Once again, I have merchandise coming out, and those that are already signed up to my Patreon, you're definitely going to get some of this free stuff. It's going to be cool stuff. I'm designing it now. I'm trying to get it together. But let's talk about this. Now, you heard my opening. This is an example of hypocrisy at its finest. Ex-Illinois Rep Adam Kipzinger. If you remember, he was one of the so-called Republicans who went on the January 6th committee as a bipartisan display, which is a bunch of garbage. He has been on a tirade lately against Republicans and guns, saying if you oppose a ban, then fine, but don't flaunt your firearms. Well, he forgot the very simple fact that the internet is forever. But let's talk about this here. I'm gonna jump in the Western Journal. Titled, Adam Kipzinger accuses Republicans of flaunting guns, but then old photo of him resurfaces. Okay, I don't want to get too deep into it because I think you already get the gist of the story. But if you remember, he's an anti-Trump. He got on the January 6th, and then after the January 6th whole commission fell apart and nothing came of it, the Democrats rezoned his district where he represents, and they basically forced him out. It was kind of funny. They used them and tossed them aside, but that's the Democrat way. But, okay, so I'm going to come down to here. A little information about him, but Kipzinger, we should know this guy, ran as a Tea Party Republican and literally just flipped the script. But when he first elected in 2010, but quickly became a down-the-line establishment Republican who turned his back on his voters when he thought moving left would benefit him. And indulging his penchant to move left, he jumped to his Twitter account on Tuesday to attack Republicans who wore on pins resembling rifles. Remember, Clyde wore one, little AR-15 pin. Okay, I'll get an image of it and put it up there. But that's what they were wearing. But, quote, this is Kipzinger quoting, "You can oppose a ban, fine, but the flaunting of guns and the gun fetish really bothers me," the anti-Trumper tweeted. And then there's the tweet there. But it turns out Kipzinger was soon forced to defend himself when an old tweet of his own resurfaced that seemed to show him reveling in the cult of guns too. It took some 20 minutes for YouTuber user David Freehut, who goes under the name Viva Frey, to repost Kipzinger's own image from 2014. In the ex-congressman's tweet, he is seen standing next to another man with both of them toting guns and Kipzinger wearing a holstered pistol. Quote, "Is this you? I'm actually not being sarcastic. Is this your tweet? And is this you?" Freehart asked. Okay, and there's just a tweet, but clearly it was him engaging in his gun fetish. And this is the tweet, quote, "My brother and I are exercising our right to bear arms at the family farm on this 4th of July. And this was July 4th, 2014. Kipzinger was forced to reply after his earlier outburst and employed the less favorite "I've evolved" claim to explain away his hypocrisy. That's pretty much what they use all the way. If you remember Obama, when he ran for president, 2008, he stated that marriage was between a man and a woman. Then when he ran again in 2012, he said he pretty much just completely 180'd his opinion, because at the 2008, it wasn't as popular. 2012, it was political suicide to say otherwise. But that's how it works. But, quote, "Yes, that is me. That also was many years ago, and I have since moderated somewhat on this issue, as have millions of Americans." Now, standing in a picture holding a gun doesn't make you a gun cultist or fetish or nothing else. It's like posing with your bike after you went for a ride. Nobody would care. But the fact that he's now trying to backpedal just shows that, it's hypocrisy. But If you don't want to leave room for people to evolve on this issue, then you only have yourself to blame. I also am a military member, Kipzinger replied, adding a personal attack clown. That's typical of the left. When they don't have a point or they can't back themselves up with facts, they basically call you names. In a second tweet, he added that people like Free Height are why Congress can't discuss guns. What, Free Height showing this old picture of you is the reason why Congress can't discuss guns? Once again, gaslighting, he's reaching and he's trying to backpedal on his own bullshit. Okay. This is the exact reason why many in Congress are unwilling to have this discussion, because idiots like this never allow for it. Free Height responded by pointing out Kipzinger's double standard. Quote, no longer being in favor of rights that you benefited from is not evolution. It's hypocrisy, he told Kipzinger. Zing. Okay. But then a couple other people actually jumped in. Phew. Here's one guy, Andy P. Standing up for the Second Amendment is not flaunting guns, nor is it a gun fetish. However, Kipzinger seems to have a fetish with sucking up to the radical leftists. Was he ever Republican? I think you meant to say, really bothers me now. That is politically expedient. Is that Burton M? But you're okay with this one, also worn on the House floor. And you can see the image there, big pin that says abortion. Yeah, people are full of crap. We care about children, says the party that says you can have an abortion, in some cases up until birth. Yeah, whatever. But, and of course he goes on. But let me come on out. I found this story and I think it's hysterical. Like I said, make sure your crap is clean before you start complaining about somebody else's. And for him to come out like that, especially what he's done with the January 6th Commission and his complete reversal from being a Tea Party candidate, being elected on that platform, people elected him because they thought he was a Tea Party candidate, to then flip the script on his own people, his own constituents. Well, the man's pure hypocrite, and this is a perfect example of it. But great story, and I wanted to get out to see that because that is hysterical. Now, but let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time a video goes live. I will see you on the next one. Peace.